In NHL, it's over Montreal, Washington, but that was at 5.5. At 6, not one person has asked me to get them a 6. But we did bet over 5.5 in the overnights. I didn't release that to subscribers because I just didn't think they were going to be able to get it. It's not fair. I figure if it goes over 5.5, the worst they could do is push on a 6 if we cash. But still, I just didn't feel like I was being fair then because there weren't all that many 5.5s available. But also the side, I believe, let me just confirm it, was LA Kings. LA Kings at -115. Also in NBA, real quickly, we are on the LA Clippers at +1. Now they're -1, so really no big difference there. And I can tell you this already. I'll give it to you. Why not? I love you guys. You're here bright and early with us. I released to my subscribers immediately. They're on Milwaukee. We're on Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow night. So a 4% play. I upgraded it to 4% on Milwaukee for tomorrow night at +5. If you're getting 4.5s, which is pretty much painted across the screen because we bought up all the 5s, I highly recommend buying the 0.5 point up to +5. Just don't lay more than 121 to get there. You're getting the best of it. Most should charge you only -120. In that case, you know you're getting the best of it because you should pay about 11 or 12 cents for that. And I also sprinkled money line. So let me just put it out there now. I got 4% play on Milwaukee, but I bet 0.25. So obviously that's 1% of bankroll. And then a small sprinkle on Milwaukee Bucks money line also tomorrow night at +165. I don't know if that's still available. So again, I wouldn't take worse than +160. Not sure what it is right now. And we also went over 226.5 that I gave out as a 3% play. And the groups took over 227 as well. So I let subscribers know at 227 you could get down also. So for tomorrow, we're on Milwaukee Bucks plus the 5 as a 4% play. Milwaukee Bucks plus 165 money line, 2% play, and a 3% play on the over 226.5 in the Milwaukee game. So you got my 3 bets for tomorrow's NBA for free. That would have been a nice $29 package. Damn, I'm putting myself, I'm losing money doing this show. But it's okay. As long as the people are following and making some money, that's all that matters. Right, Miami, 952, Miami plus 120, all the way down to plus 110. One of the guys I trade with, he sent me Atlanta. They bet Atlanta at -175, and they also bet Toronto at plus 125. They don't usually follow through. They'll bet overnights. And then we took Milwaukee plus 130 and Milwaukee plus 125. So low volume so far today. But again, you got the NHL, you got the NBA for today and tomorrow. And hopefully you guys, whether you follow or fade, do some damage.
Yeah,
Thank
Gianni,
you, Easy, my man Phantom. Good looking out.
Under 2.5 first round quarterbacks, I found plus 270 and plus 250. So it's just, listen, we know it's people, they're supposed to be more. There's supposed to be more than 3 quarterbacks. I get it. But however, the value is taking the plus money. So sure enough, I load up the account, I just put in 1,000, even though I'd like to have more than that. But I put 1,000 in, it came back $240, which is good for, listen, the average bet in this country is under $100, just under 100. So that's good for people. I understand, but not all the sports books had this, so I didn't think it was fair. Under 2.5 quarterbacks in the first round. You could take that down to, I seen plus 230. I would take plus 230 for a peanut or something. So there's a draft prop for you guys. Let me give you another one. Let me give you a Graham over 5.5. I think Graham will be 6 or more drafted. That means you're drafted 6 or worse. And over 5.5 is plus 110 I seen this morning. So again, these is not available to a lot of the sports books. Didn't think it would be fair. But if you have some of the PPH accounts or something, maybe you could find them, because I know they were on some PPH accounts. So there's a couple things for you guys. And
perhaps I'm on an island here, but I just don't agree with this line move, Andy, as the Nuggets go from -3 in game 1 to +1 here in game 2, especially since they, by the way, won game 1, albeit in overtime. And now I understand the zigzag theory. I use a modified version of it myself when handicapping the NBA playoffs. And yes, the Clippers probably should have won game 1. They probably will not turn it over 20 times again tonight. But same time, they got 32, 6, and 11 from Harden. Leonard and Zubats combined to shoot 19 of 30 from the field. Does all that get replicated? Probably not, even though I understand the Nuggets' defensive numbers have not been great this season. I believe they have the worst any team in the playoffs. And I get that people came into the series Clippers, but at the end of the day, still the Nuggets at home. I don't think they should be a dog. I agreed with the spread on game one, which is why I personally didn't have any action on the game. And of course, it fell right near the number. My lean for game two, this is not a client play, just a lean. It's just solely based on how the numbers move. I would take the Nuggets here. Just a couple trends that back me up. 4 seeds that win game one, 19-6 that win game one, I should say. 19-6 straight up, 17-8 ATS in game two. Also, when you have a road team coming off an overtime loss in the playoffs like the Clippers, just 6-11 straight up the last 10 years. So trends kind of agree with me there. Small lean to Denver tonight in game two. This is a matchup, we have guys before me talking about the plus price. I just want to take the plus price here in this matchup. I think it's a pretty decided starting pitching edge for the Brewers. Quinn Priester on the mound. He's made 2 starts so far, 2025. He's allowed just 1 run on 7 hits. And he pitched at Coors Field in one of them. So, no small order to pitch well there. He was even better last time out, held the Tigers to 1 hit over 5 shutout innings. San Francisco's going with Robbie Ray. He's got control issues, big-time control issues. 14 walks his last 3 starts. He's also allowed 4 homers in his 19 innings pitched. He allowed 4 runs his last time out, was bailed out by the offense. I don't think that's going to happen again with the Giants facing Priester. And I get, the Giants have been a surprise this year. They're 14-8 plus 30 run differential. Very good start. But they dropped 2 of 3 over the weekend to the lowly Angels. That wraps up a long 10-game road trip. Andy, I don't need to tell you, throughout all sports, certainly a lot of people talk about this in the NBA as well. After a long trip, first game back home, there's sort of this malaise for the team. And I think that's going to be a case here with the Giants. I know it's not a long trip coming back from LA, but keep in mind, they blew a 3-run 9th-inning lead yesterday. So there's probably, throughout the dugout, a sense of disappointment after a loss like that. Giants usually would have the bullpen edge, but their bullpen just blew a game yesterday. And the Brewers got to rest their high leverage arms on Sunday because they blew out the Athletics 14-1. Brew Crew have won 4 or 5 overall. They've got a top 4 offense in terms of runs scored. That's only behind the Cubs, Yankees, and Reds, who put 24 on the board yesterday. And keep an eye. This is something you always try to, find an X factor here. Milwaukee yesterday stole 9 bases, a franchise record, and that's not out of the ordinary. This is a team that's going to be very, very aggressive on the base paths throughout 2025. I just can't pass up the Brewers this underdog price. It's not a large play; it's a 2% play, but it is a client release for me. Give me the Brew Crew.
Free play in the NHL tonight. Look for Mackenzie Blackwood over 22.5 saves. Really, really good track record against Dallas. He's gone over in all 3 meetings this season, 23, 26, and 36. He finished with only 23, but Dallas missed 12 additional shot attempts. I think there's a little bit more volume that's going to be out there. Stars have been the league's 8th best team in shots on goal on offense. They're averaging 29.05. I think we see some regression up from that 23 shots on goal. So I think there's going to be some consistent shot attempts from Dallas. They have to get more offense going. Got beat 5-1. So they have to do better on shots on goal. So, and Blackwood's playing well. I think he's going to stop a lot of them. So Mackenzie Blackwood over 22.5 saves is your free play for NHL.
That's what we're looking at here. The expected goals in that game favored the Stars, 3.84 to 3.64. And if you take a look at the Money Puck expect to win value, Dallas had a 54.9% chance for victory. It's tough to fully back a team, as I mentioned, on an 8-game losing streak. But if you're looking for value, and that's what we do, I think Dallas is a good spot here. Obviously, Jason Robinson has been rolled out for game 2, as he also missed that opener. The game that Colorado won 5-1. So you got a team at home, traditionally has a very strong home ice advantage, often embarrassing loss. That's something I want to take a look at. When you look at the 5-on-5 expected goal share last 30 days, Colorado's at 52.68, Dallas 44.14. And over the entire season, the numbers are 52.32 for the Avalanche, 50.13 for the Stars. So I do believe that Colorado is the better team, but Dallas owns a season-long plus 10 net goal advantage between the two, as the Colorado Avalanche started the year very poorly, but since then they've been much better team. But from a motivational standpoint, Dallas cannot afford to go down 0-2 with both games being at home. Colorado's a better team, but there's no way Dallas, and with the home advantage that they have had over the years, not just this year, they've been very good at home, to get them as a plus 125 here, to me, that's a no-brainer. The last 8, it's tough to do when you're not playing well, but still, it's a game they have to have, and everything is on this game for Dallas, whereas Colorado doesn't need it nearly as much. And as was pointed out, with the deserve to win and the expected goals, Dallas was right in there despite the final score. The Kings are a team that wants to play defense and win in that way. And Edmonton's a team, although they changed goalies this year and they've been better defensively and had better goaltending, they try to win in higher scoring games. Well, all the games in this series were pretty much low scoring games. The Kings played their type of game and they won. And that's something we can take a look at here. They won 3 of the 4 on the season, and the hosts has won 3 of 4. And the Kings have been terrific on this ice, 31-10 during the regular season at home. Alcombe remains out for Edmonton. Draisaitl is going to play tonight, but the line overall is where we expected it, and that's good in this one because I look for the game to go under the total. LA playing at home in an area where they should be able to dictate the pace with the record that they have had. And we're getting a 5.5 here for two teams who know each other better than anybody else in the playoffs. I mean, they've been against each other for so many years. There's not many surprises between these two. I think it's a grinded out game. I like the Kings to stay in this game and play it very well down to the end. And I think it's a low scoring game. So I'm going to take the under 5.5 in this matchup.